Hi, and welcome back. I'm Mina, and thanks for joining me here today on a little meditation on Om. So, not a Om meditation, but a meditation on Om. Because I think, Om is probably the first mantra that we learn on our yoga journey, and we chant it before class to close the space, etc. However, we often forget that it's such a powerful mantra in itself. And so I thought today we can play with it a little bit by actually chanting it ourselves in different positions and also in motion, and to feel like what effect does it have on me. So, of course, there's also lots of theory on the mantra Om. So there's a school that says, oh, this mantra is actually Aum. And there's a school that says it's the mantra Om. And as far as I have researched and understood it, if you spell out Aum in the Sanskrit language, Au turns into an Om. So, yes, it is mouth posture, slightly open. So you kind of get the U in between, but it's not an explicit ah, but an o to begin with right away. And what does this mantra mean? So Om seems to be, or it is said to be, the cosmic underlying sound. It's kind of a buzzing that's going on throughout, and it's like the big ocean out of which we pop out and go back in. Like we're waves within that ocean, but we are part of the ocean, which is the cosmic Om that is going on at all times. So it is eternity, it is birth, sustenance, and death, which is also exemplified in the Hindu Trinity, which is the birth and creation, which is Brahman, and sustenance through Vishnu, and the decline or destruction through Shiva. Om is also the sound that gives like this wave of power to all the other mantras that follow it, as in Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Yeah. And to me, the Shruti box, thank you. The Shruti box has the function of giving you the sense of there's an underlying, ongoing, eternal fabric all around us that's always there. And we never really are born and we never really die. It's just we're waving in and out of that cosmic, eternal, either fabric or sound. Good. So let's play with that today. Let's just start by chanting Om a few times. So come into a comfortable seated position. I have a bolster ready because I'd like to get into Supta Baddha Konasana at the end. I'm sitting on a little bolster, a cushion. Good. Get comfortable. Maybe roll your shoulders back a few times. Wonderful. Good. And then at some point you can close your eyes. You can leave your hands on your thighs and just feel the spine upright, sit bones grounded. Good, and checking in with your breath. How do you feel today? Good, and then without much ado, let's chant Om 3 times. So I'm going to take a deep breath in to chant. Good, and maybe like to bow your chin in gently towards heart center. And then you can slowly open your eyes. Good, and just notice how that felt. We're actually going to take apart the O and the M and see how those two sounds feel separately. And then we're going to put them back together and see how that feels, what it changes. Good. So let's start with the Om. We'll chant 3 O's alone, 3 M's alone, or 3 hums alone, and then put them together back into an Om and chant that 3 times. Good. If at any point you want to put your hands onto your heart, whatever position you like. Good. Taking a breath in and out. And then an inhale for an O. And now just the hums. Now put together. Good, and just staying with it for a moment. Nice. And then you can open your eyes again and just make a mental note of how that felt. For me, the O alone felt really smooth and like it was just continuing. And the M or the humming itself felt is very buzzy, kind of crackly. It's got some oomph. And then when you put them together, there's like this whole journey from beginning to end, like a circularity, although we're, doing it on exhale and the inhale is separate. It still feels kind of circular, I guess, which is the closest thing we can get to a sense of eternity or ongoingness. Good. The next exercise I'd like to do is as we chant Om, again 3 times, more than feeling like you're chanting, you're putting it out there, this sound Om, that you're swallowing it. That's almost, so I'm going to do this gesture. You don't have to. It helps me to kind of feel like, yeah, the sound is sort of coming out of me, but at the same time, I'm swallowing the sound. I'm taking it in, absorbing it. Just a try. Good. So playing with this dichotomy between outside and inside of sound. Nice. So again, taking a breath in and out. And then inhaling to begin. Good, and then gently open your eyes again. Good. How did that feel? Feeling more like you're drinking the sound, or like it's not coming out so much, but you're receiving it more. For me, it definitely felt more like my throat opened more, so my neck position was a little bit different. And it felt like I could savor the almost like it's a yummy sound. Good. Let's try Om as we move a little bit. So this might also help with sustaining the sound. I'm gonna come on to all fours. So no big asana, nothing that you can't do kind of unprepared. So we're going to alternate between all fours and a little bit of a child's pose. So my knees are a little bit open, so I can alternate easily. My toes are together. So let's do this a few times. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Good. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. If you like to open the heart a little bit as you come forward to a gentle cow belly. And exhale back. And go 2 more without sound. Slow it down a little bit. And on the next exhale, you can chant Om. Let's do it 3 times. Let's do one more time. Good, and then you can stay in child's pose just for a moment. Just to notice the effects. And you can slowly come up to seated. However you like to sit, just for a moment to reflect. So, especially with this alternation of position, obviously the belly is being pulled in and there's some compression, so it helps sustain the sound, right? The can continue a little bit longer as the air moves out more effortlessly, which is nice. And also, it felt more cocoony, so I could kind of focus a little bit more on this sensation of becoming slowly enveloped, maybe in this sound. Good. Let's oppose that. Let's open the heart for our last rounds of Oms. I'm going to come into a Supta Baddha Konasana. So you can lie flat on the ground, or maybe you have a little bolster that you can create a ramp with. I'm placing my sacrum on there. Good. And of course, if this position is too much, you can place either bolsters underneath the knees, or you can simply extend your legs. It's also a wonderful position. Good, and now with the front body very, very open. Almost the opposite of this all fours child's pose situation where you're very, very protected in the front of your body. Taking a few moments to arrive here. Good. And here we're going to, let's chant Om 3 times again. But then you're going to continue within yourself to chant Om silently in your mind. We're coming together on a deep inhale. An easy exhale. And inhale to chant. And then continuing internally, still inhaling and silently chanting Om as you exhale. If you like, you can lift your inner gaze up towards the third eye. So you can give the eyes something to do. Give it a place of focus. Good, last 3 rounds of internal Oms. Good. And then once you're done, you can wiggle yourself back out. We're going to meet up in a seated position for one last Om together. Just letting those silent Oms that are also very, very powerful continue to resonate within you. Good. And I'm going to bring my hands together in front of the heart. You're welcome to join me. We're going to close the space with one more Om external. Good. I'm going to take a breath in to chant. And perhaps bowing in towards your heart center, feeling one with the resonance of Om, where we all come out of and go back into, and are all currently part of. I thank you very much for sharing this short meditation on Om, and I hope to see you soon.